I believe conversations like this are important to have. The people who can discuss these topics without taking things personally or throwing insults at someone simply because they disagree are, in my opinion, is what the internet was made for. It should never turn into a smear campaign, a slander campaign, or a coordinated effort to attack someone's character simply because they disagree with you. It should never turn into that. But sadly, some people seem to suffer from the everyone has to agree with me disease. And the moment they encounter a different opinion, they take it as a personal attack. However, here at Laesaidit, I like for us to put an end to that foolery. This is a place for conversation, not character assassination. We can disagree, debate, and challenge each other's ideas without resorting to insults, smear campaigns, or personal attacks. All I ask is that you remain respectful. And yes, I do leave negative comments up because I want the people who post them to know they don't faze me. But for the rest of you, the adults who are here to have real conversations, all I ask is that we treat each other with respect. I respect your opinion and I ask that you respect mine, even when we disagree. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. And don't you forget, you're tuned in with Laesaidit. Not her, not him, not them, not they. Laesaidit. A commentator on Reddit recently shared a perspective that really made me think. They raised what I believe is a valid point about why those kids have been removed numerous times from their mother's care, but each and every single time they were removed, they were returned. Now, whether you agree with this theory or not, I do think it's worth discussing because it could offer a different way of looking at this particular situation. And I will insert a link to the Reddit in my description box for those of you who want to go over there and go down the rabbit hole. Okay, so remember, Reddit is an anonymous site, and I know that y'all can read, so I'm not going to read all this to y'all, but what I will say is, to said commentator, I actually agree with much of what you said in this post because I get it. Whether we like it or not, this is how Child Protective Services often operates. Their primary mission is family preservation, not family separation. The legal threshold for removing children is much higher than what many people realize, and simply being what most of us would consider a bad parent is often not enough under the law. That is the frustrating truth. But where I differ is on the moral side of this conversation. There is a huge difference between what is legal and morally what is right. A parent can technically meet the minimum legal standards. And from a legal standpoint, Colossal Cat is providing a roof over the kids' heads, although it is a shack. She feeds the kids, even though it's slop on slop on slop on slop, it's food. And there is water and electricity, although she restricts the usage of both of those things from the kids. But through the lens of a social worker, she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, even though through the lens of lay, it's the bare fucking minimum. Sorry ass, but that's all you need to skate by CPS is to do the bare minimum. And who knows that better than Colossal Cat, serial neglector for 20 plus years. And another thing that's always bothered me about the situation is we know people are calling and emailing about Colossal Cat, aka Shanika Grant. I myself am guilty. I've emailed, I've called. But if I'm being honest with myself and with you all, I feel like some of the removals, especially the infamous Miss Grant, where are the coats? I feel like those removals were only made to appease the callers because of the overwhelming number of complaints. Because we saw in 4K with our own eyes, we saw this removal occur, and less than maybe a month later, we saw the kids were back with her. And so that's why I say I feel like that removal, particularly, it was only done because that was CPS way of trying to tell the callers to shut up, leave us alone, stop, we got them. And again, that is my personal opinion about the entire situation. And I'm sorry, I really am, to Samoria, HJ, Kaya, Elijah, Isaiah, Kira, Shalana, Syasia. I am sorry to them, because unless there's evidence of severe neglect or abuse that meets legal standard, we're going to call a spade a spade. Those kids will remain in the care of Colossal Cat. And I wish so badly and pray that they had one person in their family that loved them enough to fight for them. But they don't. And so, although you don't have to agree with what said commentator said and what I added to the conversation, it just means there's a difference between what many of us believe is morally unacceptable and what the law currently recognizes as grounds for removing kids from the home permanently. And before I end the video, I want to ask those of you who've made it this far a genuine question, and to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my thoughts about this particular situation. And to say, a commentator, if you happen to come across this video, just know I see you, girl. But do y'all think things would be different if these kids had a close family member willing to step in and fight for them? Even though Colossal is meeting the bare minimum legal requirements, do you think a grandparent, aunt, uncle, or another relative could successfully petition for custody if they could provide a safer, more stable home? Or do you think the court would still leave the kids with their mom because, well, she's meeting the minimum standards required by law? I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments. Let's keep this discussion respectful, because this is a complicated issue with kids at the center of it. And yes, I don't like Colossal off the strength of how she does her kids. But legally, what more can we do, y'all? What more can we do except pray for those kids and pray that if a family member isn't going to step up, I hope at least one teacher sees the child and encourages the child and helps the child, because we know this is a story as old as time. As long as they're with Shanika, them kids not gonna be shit. Nothing. And that's what's sad.
What you got for breakfast?
I got bacon, eggs, and grits.
Open the grits, let me see it. Probably real hot. Where your hash browns?
My hash browns are in the bag.
And she got some grits.
Trying to open it.
We doing laundry too, so breakfast on me, baby.
Yeah, I can't open it.
Ooh, Leah, what you got for breakfast?
And this video that I just shared is from today. Y'all know she didn't show that little girl's hair because we know that her hair is matted to her head. And even something like that, people could view as poor parenting. But it's not enough to call CPS and say, CPS, drop everything, come quick. Her daughter's head is matted to her head. Her daughter's hair is matted to her head. Her daughter is going to be sent to middle school with them 3-centimeter braids with beads at the end that's going to look old the minute Naya is done finishing them. Drop everything, social worker, come quick. Go snatch her up. Her hair is matted to her head. Hayward, I'm sending the breeder signal to Idaho or wherever you at, Virginia. Your daughter hair is matted to her head. Be a father and go get her. Now, y'all, let's be logical. We know that matted hair isn't enough for CPS to drop everything, come quick, and get the kids. And we know that there is absolutely nothing that would be too severe to where Hayward, of all people, drop everything, come quick, and go get the kids. But I firmly believe that sooner or later, every dog has its day. And everyone will have to answer for the choices they make. Whether that's in a courtroom, in the court of public opinion, or before God, accountability has a way of finding all of us. And that gives me peace. And I hope it gives you peace as well. And until then, I will continue to cover Colossal Cat and the Colossal family and encourage you all to tune in and share your thoughts about the situation, even if you feel like we're beating a dead horse. Because at the end of the day, y'all, the least we can do for those kids is to talk about what's happening to them. Because that could have been me. That could have been you. Someone you know, someone your kids know. We could have been born to Colossal Cat, but thank God we were not. So until next time, remember, Laesaidit, and thank y'all again for allowing me the opportunity to share my thoughts about this wildebeest. I do hope you subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts down below. Just remain respectful. And for the newcomers, I'll insert a video of Colossal's sister, briefly talking about her. She didn't say too much, but the video will show you where Colossal comes from, or better yet, who Colossal comes from, and why change for Colossal, it just seems like a dream, something that's never going to happen. But I'm not gonna end it on a sad note. So again, thank y'all, and until next time, Laesaidit.
Your last video.
It's going crazy viral. Like,
Well,
it's not going viral, but it's getting crazy as views.
Why?
Because they love me and support me.
That's sneaky.
No, fuck that bitch. She be abusing her kid. Her and Naya eat Popeyes, while they eat the damn Little C's pizza. If I'ma eat good, the whole family gonna eat good. That's just it.